One takes a hard look at countries around the world who have success records in fighting and implementing programs for the middle class and working families. And when you do that, you automatically go to countries like Denmark, Finland, Norway, Sweden, other countries which have had labor governments or social democratic governments. And what you find is that in virtually all of those countries, healthcare is a right of all people, and their systems are far more cost-effective than ours. College education is virtually free in all of those countries. People retire with better benefits. Wages that people receive are often higher. Distribution of wealth and income is much fairer. Their public education systems are generally stronger than ours. And by and large, their governments tend to represent the needs of their middle class and working families rather than billionaires and campaign contributors. So when I talk about being a democratic socialist, those are the countries that I am looking at, and those are the ideas that I think we can learn a lot from.
So what is the underlying principle there then? What are the situations in which you look at a given area of the economy or a given service people need, and you say that's something we should turn over to the market, or that's something we should possibly federalize?
Good question. And the answer is, when you take something like healthcare, healthcare to my mind is a right of all people. I think that's what I believe. I think every man, woman, and child is entitled to healthcare. And that right exists in virtually every other major industrialized country. We are the odd guys out there. Despite the modest gains of the Affordable Care Act, we have 35 million people who still have no health insurance, and more importantly, millions more are underinsured with high copayments and high deductibles. So I believe that healthcare should be a right. I believe in a Medicare for all people, and I think that is not an area where private insurance companies should be functioning, because once you have private insurance companies there, their goal is to make as much money as possible, not to provide quality care. So in terms of healthcare, yeah, we should have a public healthcare system guaranteeing healthcare to all people in a cost-effective way. I think a Medicare for a single-pay approach is the way to do it. In terms of education, I don't know how you have the United States being competitive in a global economy if we do not have the best educated workforce in the world. What does that mean? It means that everybody should be able to get all of the education they need, regardless of the income of their families. What does that mean? It means that we should go back to where we were 50 years ago and what other countries around the world are doing, Germany, many other countries, and say, you want to go to college? You have the ability to go to college, you have the desire to go to college. Public colleges and universities will be tuition free, because education must be a right of all people. So it seems to me that when you look at basic necessities of life, education, healthcare, nutrition, there must be a guarantee that people receive what they need in order to live a dignified life.